Welcome to Inspired Yoga at Home. Our thought today is one that maybe goes a little deeper, but it's so important. A higher perspective. If you woke up today feeling less than beautiful, remember that no matter what is going on with you, the soul is always beautiful and radiant beyond imagination. And not only that, it is capable of rising above any challenge you may face today to gain a higher perspective. Like being on an airplane high up over the clouds, the humans on the ground only see a rainy day, while the real you is getting all of the sunshine. The soul is the immortal essence of your consciousness that is one with all things, but most awesomely with divine love. The soul can rise above fear and doubt. It can rise above pain and suffering. It can rise above confusion and uncertainty. There is no judgment or regret. There is no competition or jealousy, just a really accurate, ethereal GPS system to guide us to experiences that allow us to live deeply, to love ourselves and others unconditionally, and to constantly create with the tools of love and joy. And as humans, we live very much in the here and the now and what's going on in our physical presence in our life at all times. And when we can take that moment to tune into what really matters, these physical bodies are just that, physical bodies. Our true essence, and I've always known it and I've always believed it, that our true essence is in our soul and in our heart, and it's who we are. And sometimes our minds or our upbringing or just different things that happen to us in life, those things really kind of happen in the head, and we start making judgments and we start thinking too much, really. And we need thinking and we need the brain to do all these things. We need the combination, as we say, mind, body, and spirit. So we need all three to be very balanced. But there's a time to really tune into the soul, to tune into that divine that is in your heart and in your soul. And when we can make peace with all of that, we truly do find that balance of mind, body, and spirit. We feel strong, and we may still have our difficult times, but when we can return to our true essence with it, which is love and joy, we truly have a guarantee of peace within. Let's begin today with our breath. And I think today, as we're talking about balance, let's work with our balanced breath today. So we will inhale to a count of 4 and we'll exhale to a count of 4. So just take a moment first and relax your shoulders down. Find your comfortable sitting position and just tune into your breath for a moment, not making any changes, but just letting that breath flow through your body. Closing your eyes if you like, and just clearing the mind a little bit. And then begin to breathe to an equal breath. I'll count for you, so all you have to do is breathe. Just inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the rhythm going, just breathing in and out. feel the rhythm of your breath, the calmness of the balanced breath. And gently drop your head to the left and switch your focus to the gentle stretch in the right side of the neck. Your breath will just take care of itself at this point. Inhale up. Exhale and drop your right ear toward your right shoulder. And bringing your head back to center, tucking chin in toward the chest. Release and inhale, taking your gaze upward, lifting the heart center toward the sky. Release and bring your head back to center. Inhale overhead, taking the arms up, extend and reach, stretching through the sides. Exhale as you bring your arms behind you, interlacing the fingers, just pressing down toward the mat as you draw the shoulders back. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing toward the center of the back. Release the hands and bring the arms out front, bending the elbows slightly as if you were hugging a really big tree. Reach around that tree until you have that nice stretch through the back of your shoulders. And release, taking the palms down to the mat, pressing through the right hand as you inhale the left arm up. Reach and stretch and extend. Drop your right ear back toward the mat. Straighten through your left elbow if that's possible for you as you lengthen through the left side, stretching. Breathing as you stretch. Inhale up, left hand down to the mat as you exhale. Take the right arm up, reach and stretch, extend. Press gently into the left hand as you reach toward your left, dropping the left ear toward the mat, extending through the right elbow, stretching deeply. And release. And coming up. Once again, straightening the legs out. Just point the toes downward till you feel a nice stretch in your shins and your calves. And then pull the toes back as you stretch through the calves. And then just point and flex, getting the ankles, the shins, the calves, everything loosened up here. And then gently roll to the side, coming to your all fours, flowing in and out of your cat-cow today, working with your body today. If you need to hold cat-cow for a couple breaths before you transition, go right ahead. Otherwise, you can just keep it very rhythmic, inhaling up into cow, exhaling, rounding the back into your cat, and just flowing through. Letting that next one be the last one. Sitting back into your child's pose. Relaxing forehead down onto the mat or stacked hands as you gently press your tailbone back. Lengthen through the low spine. Just getting a little extra space between the vertebrae. From your child's pose, extend the arms out front, fingers spread wide onto the knees, tucking back underneath your hips, toes curl, press up. Downward facing dog, heels lower, tailbone raises. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And we'll walk the dog today by just bending one knee as we straighten a little more through the other and then alternating. So we're just walking the dog, tailbone stays up nice and high. Just noticing that stretch through the Achilles tendon and the calf when you do this. And then bringing yourself back to downward dog, traditional, as you stretch a little deeper. Drop the shoulders down, raise the tailbone. And today we'll walk our feet toward our hands. So we're just going to walk up gently wherever you can go with it. Come into a chair position as you bring the arms out front and push the tailbone back. From there, release the arms down, inhale overhead, and exhale into your mountain pose. Take a moment as you relax the shoulders, grounding your feet to the earth, and just finding mountain pose. From your mountain pose today, take an inhale overhead. Exhale out to the side and twist around. Keep the knees nice and soft and pointing forward. Releasing back to center and twisting to the other side. And again, awareness of the knees soft and pointing forward. We're just twisting through the torso. And back to center. Release the arms down, stretching through our IT band as the left foot comes in front. Working on your balance today, seeing if you can draw that left foot right alongside your right foot. If not, let the left foot be out front a little bit. Push your right hip over to the right and draw your right arm up. Extend, reach, and stretch as far as you're comfortable stretching. Left hand can stay on the hip or drop down. Release and switch sides. Working on getting your toes as if you had a line right on your mat in front, your big toes would be right on that same line. If that is not available to you today, move the right foot out in front of you a little bit farther. Push the left hip out to the left, left arm up. Reach over and stretch. Right arm can drop down if you choose. Drop your right ear toward the mat and stretch through that IT band. Good. And release. Good job. Take an inhale overhead. Bring the palms together as you exhale, palms to the heart center. Relax your shoulders down, anchor through the soles of the feet. Close your eyes or take a look downward toward your heart, whatever you prefer. And check in this morning or this evening or this afternoon, whenever you're practicing today. And just notice how your body feels today. And then check in with your soul today. Are your spirits light and easy and joyful today? Or are you having a little more of a down day, or just somewhere in between? Remember, no judgment, just awareness. Perhaps setting an intention for your practice today, whatever that might be. What do you need today from your yoga practice? Intentions can be simple. They don't have to be complicated. So just check in. And releasing when you are ready. We're going to start right in with a lunge today. So the left foot is coming back and the right foot is forward. And we're going to start with a very easy lunge. So don't think you have to go really deep with this. We're going to just find a lunge that we can hold with hands to hips and shoulders relaxed and down. Bring some focus to your abs today as you pull those abs in and hold the lunge. Letting that left calf stretch deeply here as you press the left heel into the mat. Just breathing through. Maybe pushing the right knee a little more forward so that if it's not already over your ankle, see if you can go there. Keeping the hips forward. Might be feeling quite a stretch in your Achilles heel and your calf here. Try to relax your toes so they're not gripping into the mat. Hips are squared forward. From there, going right into our warrior one, taking the arms overhead or out to the side, whatever your shoulders need today. Remember, your core is engaged and your feet are pressing into the mat deeply and away from one another. And notice if you are working with balance a little bit here, because we took a deeper step back than what we might naturally do with our warrior one. So go ahead and release that down and step your left foot up. Shake out the knees a little bit if you felt that there. And again, stepping back into a lunge. So, and sometimes our lunges are heel off, but because we're transitioning into warrior one, we're stepping back nice and deep enough that you feel your calf stretching. And left knee bent, hips, shoulders squared forward. Just take a moment, find your balance here. Let that calf stretch gently. And then if you don't already have your, falling over here, left knee over your ankle, see if you can push forward a little bit more. So what we're learning here today in Warrior One, because we often, almost every time I start with Warrior One, it's just what I do. But what we're learning here is that we can take these Warrior Ones much deeper, but we have to bring awareness to them. Normally, we're just going to step back to our comfort zone. So coming into the lunge first brings our attention to our balance and that deep stretch in the back of the right calf. Uncurl the toes. And when you feel ready, inhale the arms overhead into your warrior one. Relax your shoulders down. Pull the abdominal muscles in. Press firmly through the soles of the feet, and at the same time, imagine you're pushing the feet away from one another. So even in our tried and true everyday poses, after all these years of practicing, there is still challenge to find in every pose. Good. Release down and step back into your mountain pose. Shake out the knees a little bit. Boy, the calves and Achilles, mine are feeling that a little bit today too. So let's take a wide stance on the mat here. So you may want to turn sideways on your mat if you don't have that big round mat like I do. Just take a nice wide stance, one that is very comfortable and that you're anchored on the soles of the feet, not rolling inward or outward. If you're using blocks or props today, you can certainly bring those in if you like. We're going to hinge right at the hips. So we're going to push the tailbone back. We're going to come forward. And in our half fold, we're going to soften up the knees a little bit so they're not locked in place. And we're going to draw the crown of the head forward as the tailbone pushes back. So we're really lengthening through the spine. Sometimes we lean the whole body forward in half fold, but we really want to just keep a nice, balanced, level position. As you are comfortable drawing the hands downward toward the mat, or shins, or thighs, or ankles, wherever you can comfortably go, and begin to stretch through the hamstrings. Bending the elbows as you drop deeper into your wide straddle. crown of the head dropping down toward the mat if you are going that deeply into it. You can also keep the head above heart. And then we're going to walk our hands over toward the right foot. And if your hands are not on the mat and you're up here with hands on thighs, you're just going to pivot, and hands on mat or on thighs, either way. We're going to pivot the right foot toward the short side of the mat. And we're going to look at our heels. We're going to line our heels up on an imaginary line. From there, we're going to inhale coming up and just face the heart center forward into warrior two. And gazing up over the top of the right hand. And if you want your warrior two a little bit wider, make your adjustments here. Shine the heart center forward. Looking right out over the top of the right hand. Breathing through. Right knee pointing forward. We're going to release back down, and we're going to pivot and come back down the same way we came up. So we're going to pivot that left foot a little bit, and then hands either to the top of the thigh or the shin. And we're going to walk our way back around as we pivot on the right heel, back to center to our wide straddle. Relax the shoulders, drop down a little deeper once again. And then walking the hands over toward your left. And we're going to pivot the left foot around. And we're going to look at the left heel, the right heel. Draw an imaginary line on your mat. And place those heels. Left knee forward facing. Pull the abs in. We're going to just roll up, turn the heart center out, and find ourselves in warrior two. Gazing out over the top of the left hand, heart center forward, arms straight across, and breathing through warrior two. Coming back down to the mat the way we came up, we're going to drop the arms down. We're going to turn the heart center toward the mat. Bring the hands down to shin, thighs, or mat, and then walk the hands back to the center as you pivot your left foot back, forward facing. Now walk your feet out, heel toe, a little bit wider. And those of you who may not have hands on the mat or using blocks, you may not go quite as deep, and that's okay. Just go out as far as you can. And whether you have hands to the mat or the blocks or on thighs or shins, we're going to take our attention to the inner thighs, and we're just going to rotate them inward, just the tiniest bit. And then we're going to heel toe the feet back into a comfortable distance, palms to the shins, rolling up slow and easy. And back to your mountain pose. Good job. Inhale overhead. And exhale down. Coming back to warrior two position with the arms down now. Left foot back, right foot forward. We're going to take a nice deep stretch in side angle today. And we're going to move into this really slow. And today I would like you to, if you can, to not have the hand on the thigh today. If you need it, you will certainly take that. Let's find that nice wide position. We've got these inner thighs stretched out really nice. So we're going to sink this down nice and deep. Keep the right knee over the ankle and the heart center squared forward. We're going to inhale the arms overhead, basically coming right back into our warrior two. And from here, we are going to just reach with the right hand, and then we're going to drop the right arm down with the palm facing out. And then we're going to drop the left arm in front of us. And we're going to just continue to sweep it up in front and bring the inner left arm right over the top of your left ear. Drop that left arm down and reach your right fingertips toward the mat. Keep the heart center shining forward and straighten your left elbow. Stretch. Good job. Hold and breathe. And release. Little work there. Pivot around. Doug said yes. To the other side. My imaginary student. No, he's really here. Bend to your left knee. And start with a really as wide as you can comfortably come into your warrior two. So basically we're just coming back into warrior two. Now, the hips still have that angle, just like warrior two, obviously, but we want the shoulders forward facing. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, shoulder level. Reach out toward the left. And just reaching. And then drop the left arm down, palm facing out. Drop the right arm in front of you as you inhale it overhead, turning the palm down, and the inner right upper arm is right over your right ear. Reach, extend, and stretch. Breathe. And if you need to place that left hand on your thigh, you can. And release. Good job. Left foot turns in, stepping together. Take a breath in your mountain pose. Challenging when you take that side angle really deep and you drop the hand down rather than support it on the thigh. And we're going to do a little bit of back work today with Stargazer. So we will step the left foot back in the mat. And we're going to find our balance here. Because we're going to be arching back into this, you may want to have your left foot turned out just a little bit. We're going to stretch the shoulders today, and you always have the option of hands to the low back if you choose, but if you're okay with it, sweep the arms behind you and grasp one elbow and then the other. And just nice and tight here, holding onto those elbows. If your shoulders are a little tight, you can't reach the elbows, just reach for your wrist or forearms. Press the arms into the low back for support. Now take a moment and pull your abdominal muscles in really, really tight. Like the elevator, remember we pull in from the bottom and up to the top floor. And then we just start to take our gaze upward and lean back into our Stargazer. Breathe. And release. A little word of caution about coming back. Anytime we're leaning back in our back bends, you want to always have space between the vertebrae. If your neck muscles here, just like in our crunches, are not strong, and you come back, you might be just, your head might just drop back too far. We want to use these muscles right here to keep some space. 2 fingers is good, and that's what we want to do rather than do that. So step the left foot up, shake things out a little bit, and right foot back. And again, if your balance is really in good shape today, you could work on Stargazer with that right foot pointed a little more straightforward. I'm keeping mine out to an angle today. But take your Stargazer as deep as you like. Square the hips forward. Plus, bring our hands behind. And notice which elbow you grabbed with the right hand and which with the left, and then switch that around. Just like crossing arms in front. Reach for the elbows, press in for your support. Bring the elevator to the top floor, starting in the basement. Pull those abdominal muscles in and up all the way. Take your gaze up toward the ceiling, leaning back. And remembering to keep some space in between the vertebrae and the neck. If those muscles in the neck are really weak and you can't keep your space, then just simply tuck your chin down toward your chest. Breathing as you look upward. And release. Pivot back around, step your feet together, and shake things out. Alrighty, today is lots of lunges. Yay! I've been easy on those lately, so we are going back to some lunges today. So we've had a lot of practice with our balance today, and so we are going to just work on lunges. So I'm going to go sideways. We're going to step the left foot back, and this time our heel stays off the mat. So we're going to step it back, and step it back. You're going to sink down to your lowest lunge that you can comfortably hold. You might want to take your hands. I like interlaced fingers sitting on top of the thigh. That is very helpful in maintaining your balance in a low lunge. And if you're okay without hands there, you can take them out to the side or wherever you want. We're going to just straighten through that left knee a little bit without locking it. We're going to hold that lunge. Breathe through it. And of course you can release any time, but put a little challenge into it today if you can. And then go ahead and come up, slow and easy. Step the left foot. Faces are being made over here. Right foot back. And just keep stepping back. If you can take that all back in one fell swoop, you certainly can do that. Start with the hands on the top of the thigh until you find your steadiness. Shoulders are over the hips here. And again, you can release the arms if you like. You can take them out to the side. You could even go overhead if you like today. Breathe through. You can do it. Just keep focusing on the breath. And release. Step the right foot up. Shake out the legs. And wasn't that fun? That's great. I am so sweating. I turned the air off down here because the register is right here and it's so noisy when the air is flowing. So it's like hot yoga down here for me today. That's okay. It's good to sweat. Inhale overhead. And exhale down. We're going to work on our balance poses today before we go down to the mat. And we are going to do big toe hold today. If you want to use your strap, you can. Or you can work without straightening through the leg. If you want to use big toe hold, remember 2 fingers hooking around the big toe. And you might find balance right here today without straightening out the knee at all. So find where you're comfortable. If you're okay straightening that left leg out front with the strap or without, arm can go straight up, out to the side, wherever you're comfortable. And then going out to your left a little bit. And then our challenge of coming back in, switching sides. Might have a touchdown there. And crossing over. And release. And know that you don't have to have the leg up that high. Your balance might be here, here, and here. And that's okay. You don't have to bring the leg up high. Let's try the other side. Again, take the time to balance and ground. And then just work where you can work. Finding that focal point. Out to the side. If you have to bend that knee a little bit and regroup. This is always my challenge over here. And as if you need a touchdown, which I did. Switch sides. Over to the other side. I don't usually do the whole thing with holding the big toe. I actually do use the strap, but I guess I didn't grab mine today. And release. Good job. One more challenge today because our hips are nice and warm. So we will work on our figure 4 balance or pigeon, standing pigeon. Let's just take the left foot right above the right knee. And then we're going to bend the right knee just a little bit and bring the palms to the heart center. And you can come down nice and low. And release. Good job. Other side. And yeah, you can go to the wall with this or a chair or whatever's near you and hold on if you need to. And for some of us, just doing this would be enough balance without even bending the knee. But if you're comfortable, bend the left knee and to the heart center. Find that focal point. And release. Good. Good, good, good. Take an inhale overhead. Exhale and just swan dive forward. Take your time. Drop down to the mat. Bend your knees. Palms to the mat. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Just a comfortable, easy downward dog as you let your shoulders drop away from your ears and your heels lower to the mat. From there, coming down to your all fours and taking a rest in your child's pose. And while we're here, let's go ahead and do our thread the needle shoulder stretch today. So when you're ready, come back to your all fours and wrists start underneath the shoulders, and then we'll take the right hand and we'll just thread it right underneath the left arm. We'll drop the right shoulder and the right side of your face down to the mat, and we will walk those right fingertips out, stretching nice and deep for a good shoulder stretch. You might like to take your left arm behind your back. A lot of people like to do that and pull the left shoulder back a little bit more if that suits you. Or forearm can stay on the mat. And release. And we'll thread through to the other side, wrist starting underneath the shoulders. Thread the left arm under, so you're just kind of walking those left fingers out as you lower your left shoulder, left side of the face to the mat. And from there, you can kind of stretch that left arm out even more. Or you can take your right hand and arm behind your back for even more. And release, draw the palms up, draw the hands back behind you, and just lean back into a little hero pose stretch. If it bothers your knees, just avoid this one. You can just go ahead and stay in child's pose if you like. And right from here, I gotta scoot up just a little bit. From here, we are going to make sure our fingers are pointed forward toward the front of your mat. We're going to take one leg out, the other leg out, and we're going to lift right up into table pose. So we're going to just lift up. And then we're going to walk one leg out, other leg out on the heels into incline plank. Good. And lower down nice and easy. Ooh, and turn and shake out the wrist. Good job. I know you didn't see that one coming, did you? Boy, I'm kind of being tough today, aren't I? Well, by the time you guys are seeing this, it's Monday, so starting the week strong. All righty, back to those lunges. I think I'm just a boot camp yogi today. Not really. You know, you can all just relax it out, take it much easier. We are going to come into our lizard pose today. And so we'll just come around back to our all fours. And I'm going to go ahead and do it this way today. So we're going to step our right foot up between our palms here. Maybe this way will help you more than straight on. You can have your blocks here too. So you may find that you want blocks or props of some sort for this. So what we're going to do here, fist for wrist works really nice with this one too. We're going to just come back nice and deep here with the left leg extended. Now, you are welcome to have toes curled and keep that left knee off the mat, or you can have the knee on the mat, wherever you're comfortable. We want a really deep stretch here. You should already be feeling it deep through the left hip flexor. And then from here, we're going to take this right hand, bring it to the inside of our right foot, palms on blocks or on the mat. And today, we're going to just let the right knee drop out a little bit. We're going to open the hip just a little bit. And now we're going to go a little deeper. So we're going to bring that right knee back in, and we're going to work on dropping our right shoulder below our right knee. Now here's where you could put forearms on the blocks if you like, or if you're comfortable with forearms on the mat, you can do that. Keep pulling your right knee in toward you, and your option to have the left toes curled with the left knee off the mat, or left knee on the mat. And release. And switch sides. Walk your left foot up between your hands, and then lengthen and straighten through your right leg. Hands on blocks if you like. Take a moment until you feel a good stretch through the right hip flexor. And then bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Palms on the mat or the blocks. And just for a moment, we're going to drop the left knee out to the side. Left foot rolls from the mat. And now bring your left knee back in. We're going to kind of hug that left knee in really close toward our left arm. And Decide how deeply you want to go. Forearms. I'm going to let the elbows bend. Drop that left shoulder below the left knee. And again, right knee off the mat or on the mat, wherever you're comfortable. Breathe it through. Release. Left knee comes back. Extended child's pose. Stretch your arms out front nice and deep. And come back around. Finally back up to your sitting position. Ooh, good workout there. I know you're all working at this, and I hear your sighs and accelerated breath. It's good for us. It really is. And it's not Thursday. I usually do in the studio. You guys always notice Monday's always easier, and then Thursday I get harder. Of course, who knows what day you're doing this on? It could be Friday, it could be Sunday, any day of the week. Anchor down through the sit bones, sit nice and tall. And let's do a little bit of forward folding from this position here. But we'll untuck the feet a little bit so that the left heel is in really close to your body and the right heel is in front. Bless you. He covered his mouth. See, it's proof I'm not alone here. I don't have an imaginary friend. Okay, so I'm in a good mood today. But anyway, right heel in front of your left ankle. And we're just going to drop those knees down. Now, if you have your blocks handy, you can actually use blocks for this one if you like, or you can just take palms out onto the mat and slide them out. In the studio, because we all have blocks, usually we work on this one where we just come forward. We keep our sit bones anchored and we work on just bringing the forehead down. And the blocks just give you a place to rest your forehead. It also gives you a little measurement as you progress how much deeper your stretch goes. But if you don't have the blocks, you can certainly just take hands to the mat, slide them out. And what you're working on here is pressing the knees down toward the mat. And as you stretch out deeper and deeper and tuck your head lower to the mat, forehead lower to the mat, you're keeping your sit bones anchored. Real tendency to kind of raise the sit bones off the mat, but we're going to keep them grounded and anchored. And keep pressing, especially that right knee. Your left knee may be pretty comfortable coming down to the mat here. So we want to work on that right side, the right hip. And release slowly, coming back up and switching sides. If you need to shake out your knees a little bit before you come back into position, by all means. Tuck the right foot in really close to your body. Line your left heel right in front of your right ankle. Balance on the sit bones here, nice and grounded into the mat. And now we're going to be pressing that left knee down a little bit more. Hands in front or using your blocks. Hinge forward, so the movement is coming from your hips, just like when we stand in forward fold. So we're not trying to pull our shoulders forward. They're going to come automatically as we hinge at the hips. And just keep lowering your forehead to the mat or to your block, wherever you're at. Keep pressing the left knee toward the mat and the left sit bones pressing into the mat. And release, walking back up and straightening and shaking out the knees. Very good. All right. No matter how hard I try, I cannot keep this to an hour for some reason, but we're going to be fairly close today. So the good news is we are done except for ab work. So we're going to do some ab work today. And guess which one we're going to do? We are going to do our boat pose and add our Pilates pulses, and then you will be ready for relaxation. You've earned it today. So let's find a boat pose. So we will all be different with our boat pose. Remember, if you have your block or anything that you could just rest your heels on, sometimes if your abs are just really not up to this today, you're still going to get some ab work. It just won't be quite as intense as not having your feet. But by all means, use a block if you need to. Again, knees straight or bent, but we're going to lean back here a little bit until we're kind of feeling we're a little bit more on the sacrum. So we're moving off of the tailbone here a little bit. And I'm going to keep my knees bent for this because I know if I'm totally straight, I don't have a lot of oomph to continue that. So we're going to have the hands about 6 inches off the mat, palms facing down, shoulders down. And we're going to just take our gaze right up to the ceiling or about where the wall and the ceiling meet. And then we're just going to pulse right here. Don't forget to breathe while you're pulsing. You can lean back a little bit more, straighten a little bit more as you feel a little more comfortable with it. Take the arms up higher and pulse. Oh, I feel a little different. And I am about done. And I am done. I feel a little aggression over there on the mat. The blocks got stacked hard. Okay, everybody, go ahead and gather what you need to get ready for your relaxation today. And make sure you are comfortable and that you have whatever you need. Again, a reminder, if you have a cell phone in your house, landlines are kind of hard to turn off, but anyway, try to avoid as many distractions as possible during relaxation at your house. So just take a moment as you begin to settle in. Let your breath calm. We did a lot of work today and the breath is accelerated. So just start becoming aware of your breath. And slowing that respiration down, letting the heart rate begin to slow. Very gently squeeze through the calves and the thighs, hugging those muscles in tightly, and release. Lengthen through the arms and spread the fingers wide, folding fingers inward toward the palms, squeezing gently through the forearms, through the upper arms, and release. Squeezing through the glutes, drawing the muscles in tightly, and slowly relaxing those muscles, feeling as if they are just melting right into the mat. Draw the shoulders upward toward your ears. Release and draw the shoulders downward toward your feet. Release. Bringing shoulders forward as if to touch in front of the body. Release. And draw the shoulders back as the shoulder blades move toward the spine. Release. A gentle turn of your head side to side, relaxing the muscles of the neck. Letting letting go of any stress, tension held there. Bringing your head back to center, opening the mouth, and gently moving your jaw up and down, side to side. Bringing the lips together, squeezing gently, sucking in the cheeks, puffing out the cheeks. Release. Crinkle your nose. Release. And flare the nostrils wide. Release. Closing your eyes a little tighter. Squeeze gently. Release. And raise the eyebrows to wrinkle the forehead. Release. Now imagine you're bringing all your facial muscles together to a point at the tip of your nose. Squeezing tightly, just squeezing all the tension, all the stress right out of those facial muscles. And then relax slowly. Outer corners of the eyes releasing back toward your ears. Cheeks releasing, mouth relaxed, your expression soft. Check in with your body today, noticing any areas that are a little bit extra tight, or if you've held some stress or tension recently and you need to let that go, just be aware of where you might be holding that in your body. And do what you can with breath and movement to really relax even deeper. Just think about surrender. From there, make any adjustments to your position so that you are comfortable. And then take a moment as you clear your mind. Clear your mind of all the thinking, all the worries, all the concerns. Set all of that aside. And today we will, rather than me talking through the remainder of the relaxation, we'll use our Gregorian chant with the monks. And I think sometimes that peaceful chanting just helps the mind just get into a rhythm. So today you worked hard, you really, really did. So with that, I will just leave you for an extra couple of minutes today as you relax and enjoy. please begin to become aware of your breath, beginning to deepen the breath, wiggling fingers and toes, gently rolling arms and legs, bending your knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat, taking a relaxing stretch overhead if you like. From there, gently rolling onto your side or choosing any position that you find comfortable as you take a moment to truly embrace your beautiful soul. Take your time as you press through the palm of your hand, bringing your body up slowly, gently, finding your way back to your sitting position. Drawing in a deep breath, exhaling the breath and feeling a sense of having been renewed and restored through your practice today. When it's dark below the clouds, rise to a higher perspective. The soul of you is always, always more beautiful than you could imagine. You can handle whatever today gives you. If it feels like too much, rise above it. Ask for assistance. Listen for signs, and you will know what to do. View the world today from above the clouds if you need to. The love, the light, and the goodness within me recognizes and truly appreciates the love, the light, and the goodness within each and every one of you. Namaste. And I thank you all for joining me today for Inspired Yoga at Home. It's actually Sunday, June 7th today. I know there's a lot of videos out there, and some of these might sound a little odd if you go back and go, what? But it is June 7th today, and if you follow me on Facebook at all, you notice I was really happy today. We went out, we have this little pond in back, and we've been struggling to get it clear. It's not clear yet, and we've been through lots of fish. It's about 3 years we've had it, and today we went out and we've had about 3 fish, we know 4, but 3 for sure have survived and they're bigger. And the first day ever, they came up to the surface and we put the food there and they were just eating. I felt like I was at Anderson Gardens. It was so cool to have our own koi fish. But anyway, it's the little things that make me happy. I don't always need big things. It's just really little things that make us happy here. But anyway, that was my exciting day today so far. And if those of you who were at the gardens this week with me, it was wonderful and beautiful. And so good to see people's faces again and to practice outdoors. And hopefully by the time we start the second session, which will be July, don't quote me, I think it's July 17th is when this second. I'm hoping that we are in that situation where we can have gatherings of 50. So if you didn't get a chance to be in session 1, make sure you get in touch with me. I know a lot of you are already signed up for session 2 and 3, but I really don't think we'll have limits. But I really didn't think in June I would still be down here in my basement teaching yoga. So it's anything goes. We just go day by day here. But anyway, I think that's about it. For today, we are off to see our new grandpuppy again today, and our grandkids too. We're kind of attached to that little puppy. But anyway, just have a wonderful day, and do remember the essence of you is your soul. So whenever you feel like you just can't quite get through another drama of the day, just go inward, rise above it, and live in the clouds for a couple days. It's really okay to do that whenever we need to. So I love you all, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye.